Hi, I'm Mr. Brian Knabb, and welcome to Micro or Macroeconomics at Dell Tech, either 111 or 122. I will be your instructor for the fall 2015 semester, and I look forward to our expansion of to gain a more complete understanding of a particular subject that most people feel intimidated by. Um, we will be using this video for both the micro and the macro courses. The first unit in both courses, actually the first two units in both courses, follow the same sequence. So this video will suffice for both of those to explain your resources and how to navigate the website and Blackboard. As you can see here, this is my instructor information. If you ever need that, just go to the left here. And obviously, the best way to reach me is through email. At least give me 24 hours to get back to you. You also have my work phone where you can leave a message or call me during my office hours or see me during my office hours, which I will update once the semester starts to see what my schedule is. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to begin on the start here. This is going to be the home page when you first log into the course. As you can see, your textbook here, this is the macro section, but the micro section, you have your ISBN. There's a few options you need to think about here. As you can see, we have the loose leaf book along with the printed access card for MindTap, which is an online tool that we're going to use. It gives you the option in online for 2 free weeks. And in those 2 free weeks, you have access to an online book, not the printed book, but you may just want to try it out to see how well or whether or not you think you can make it through the course before you go ahead and buy the book. Those of you who have bought the book, you have to know that you cannot sell back the printed access card once you use the access code. So everybody gets a 2-week free trial. That's something to think about as you're going through the first 2 weeks of the course. Okay, underneath the textbook, we have brief course requirements here for Econ 111 or Econ 122. Really not much of a difference here, except one's called micro again, and one is called macro. As you can see, majority of the course, you bring this up, and this is just a brief overview. You have your course requirements. We're going to have 5 exams, 1 exam per unit, and that's going to be worth 60% of your grade. The discussion board post, very important part of the course, worth 15% of your grade, and you have to look at the rubric to see how you can make sure you gain all of those points. And 20% of your grade will be from Apply assignments and direct from text, which you'll have linked directly to those assignments, but they're via the MindTap program. They're going to be located on the Apply folder, which I'll show you here shortly. And 5% of your grade will come from chapter quizzes, which are going to be very similar questions compared to the actual exams that you can take an unlimited amount of time to get you prepared for the exam, and they're worth 5% of your grade. You do not want to wait to the last minute to take both the quizzes and the exam. You want to make sure you give yourself enough spacing to delve into the material. It's kind of proven by psychologists that cramming is not actually an effective tool to retain information. Let's get started. Of course, you have your syllabus and schedule over here. Okay, college-wide syllabus. This is campus, not just campus, but college-wide. These are the objectives, the performance objectives that are embedded in the course, and then the course-specific syllabus. You'll be responsible for all the information regarding the course and school policies within both of these documents. Your course schedule, there's not a separate schedule, because it's the course is pretty simply laid out in a sequential fashion. This is the learning materials, and you'll see why here in a second. Once you have at the top, this is your MindTap link, and anywhere you see this logo, you know you're going into MindTap or Apply, okay, to complete that assignment. This is the actual link to the course, which you can access all the due dates and assignments there, which I'll show you. But also, You just want to make sure that you enter into MindTap and register. Now you can do the 2 free weeks, or you can go ahead and use your access code and begin the course as if fully paid. So once you click into this link, it will ask you for your login information, and you won't need a course code. If you run into any problems, make sure you email me. Look as such. See, now that I'm already logged in, you won't be able to see exactly the screen um, that you guys will see on the first time that you log in, but this is the program. And as you can see here, week one, obviously, there's 17 weeks actually in the course through a MindTap, but we're only a 16-week course. So you can get all of your information here, as well as online through the Learning Management System Blackboard, which I'll show you. And a few options here. You can toggle your view. Toggle your view here. That'll be at the top. I don't think you can see that right now, but each one of these parts, that's a unit. So here you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, 6 units. Sorry, actually 9, yeah, 9, so to speak. Um, but we only have 5 units in our actual course. We're not going to do every single chapter, so we wouldn't have time. So pay attention to, which parts may be integrated a bit together as you go through the course. So you might want to stick with your weekly view, or this view right here that tells you, your available date and your due dates. So a lot of opportunities to stay organized. So you also have, to your right, um, you also have some icons over here that will be important. Uh, First off, you can check your progress. Now this is for me, but you can check your progress. And also these notifications here. Here you can see a notification about when there's going to be a maintenance in the apps, and we're sorry. So you need to pay attention for this in case you have something that's due. Um, just to make sure you don't wait to the last minute. They tend to do things in the very early morning hours or late, as you can see here, midnight to 12:15. So just keep that in mind. But here you'll get grade book analytics and overview. And this is a lot of information I can see, how long you've logged in, how much time you're spending. And I can get a lot of really good data. I look at this program as like having a student aid like you would see in a college, or a TA, a teacher assistant. So that's how I'm utilizing this program. It's going to give me a lot of information and you a lot of information, even giving you customized reviews for in certain areas that you struggle. You got to remember, this is all about you gaining mastery of the material, and anything we can do to help that. And I feel this program will suffice. Um, some apps you want to play around with, glossary, read speaker, flashcards, obviously a dictionary, and some other things, My Notes, just some other apps and Applia in general that you might just want to play around with and take a look at and see what one really assists you besides just the program. Go back into Blackboard, back into our course, so we can. So once you've registered for the class, what you'll do is each week you'll have 4 areas: what to read, what to watch, apply, that's where your assignments will be. Read, this is where you'll have a link to the online book, and it'll tell you, chapter 1. So if you that, that at least you know what chapter we're on. Okay. watch. These would be videos, author Mankiw explaining mapping the chapter, but also problem walkthroughs that will help you think about solving similar problems that you'll be asked to solve either on Applia or quizzes or tests. Okay. And then probably the most important folder here is to look at is your apply, which is essentially your assignments and applying what you've read and the information. Uh, you definitely are probably going to need a textbook open while you're going through Applia. There's no time limit on these assignments, so having the book open next to you is important. I've piloted these programs myself, and having that textbook, sometimes I would like to read and do Applia at the same time. You got to get a feel for what works best for you. But you definitely, they're connected to the textbook. You need to get back into the textbook. The textbook will help you. That's why it might be more beneficial to have a loose leaf book rather than relying online. It depends how comfortable you are. Okay. You also have here campus parking assignment. If you see here, this is an assignment. Make sure you click on every link to see what it is. It's an attached file. I have directions. And then after you complete that assignment and turn it in, okay, you have a discussion board post. And a discussion board, but if you also want to know what discussion board posts you have, 1 to 2 per unit, maybe 3. And you can just go into discussion board itself and you'll see everything. And I put the due dates of when these discussion boards are due. Now you have to make sure you look at the rubric and know that you should post at least one original post must come from you. I hope that it's not copying others. I would begin to question if I see a post immediately after um, somebody else's post that says the exact same thing. And I know that when you're in a topic like campus parking, they're going to be very similar. So even if your original post is maybe building off of something you've read and then replying to 2, that may suffice as well. But you want to try to keep the first one as original as possible. You know, what's going through your mind. I tend to give you scenarios, blog articles, 2 sides, something that's somewhat argumentative, uh, even in the upcoming election, like income inequality, things like that. So you should have a lot of information, or at least an opinion or point of view that can come through in most of the discussion board. All right, so like I said, welcome to the course. This course is very easy to navigate sequentially. You have to stay on top of the online work, specifically Applia and the direct from text homework. Make sure that you don't fall behind. If you have any questions, email me again. My instructor information on Mr. Brian Nab, and welcome to Econ 111 or Econ 122. Great semester. Let's grow together in a more complete understanding of the issues and the science, or social science, I should say, of economics.